There's a lot going on this piece of furniture, so I broke it up into 2 parts. This is part 1, where I show you the painting. I will link part 2 up above, and that is for the drawers and the hardware.
Sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. My love just went cold.
Before we start our project, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and to hit the bell to turn on notifications so you get all the fun videos.
I keep on making the same.
I started by painting the entire project 1 coat of Summer Crush. I start by adding some kissing booth along the bottom edge of the project.
You are back once more, like everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up, but you're taking them down. It's tearing me apart, I can't pretend. Now I have to get over you.
I add some Cowgirl Coral right over the kissing booth where those 2 colors kind of mix together, and then I take my Cowgirl Coral up over the Summer Crush. I use my misting bottle to help move the paint around.
Changed now, but it's the same old story. My love just went cold, but I'm still.
So you know those projects where you get the piece of furniture and you take a look at it and you think, I'm not so sure this is going to be worth it because it's yucky or really old or it needs repairs or it's stinky, it's got peeling paint. This was one of those projects for me.
Back once more, like everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up, but you're taking them down.
The top half of the cabinet got a quick coat of Crinoline. I continually use my Mr. water bottle to help spread that paint around.
Have to get over you again.
But I do think it's fun, and these are always some of the biggest transformations is when you can take something that most people wouldn't think is worth saving, and not only do you save it, but to make it kind of great. That for me is probably the most rewarding part of all of this.
I begin to get myself together again. You are back once more, like everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up.
I like to leave a little bit of space in between the 2 colors I'm going to blend, and then I use water and my paintbrush to help just blend those 2 colors together, working them into each other with my brush.
Have to get over you again.
For the top surface of the piece, I decided to use Crinoline, Kissing Booth, and then Cowgirl Coral, and blend all 3 of those colors together.
Close your eyes, get some rest. I'm by your side.
There is no right or wrong way to do this. I just keep using water and my brush and different brush strokes until I get the look that I like.
I know you've had a really bad day, but
So I got a random text out of the blue from my friend Sue, who has her own business, and she said, "Hey BJ, I have this piece of furniture that you may want. It's really cute, it's a great size, but it's a little rough, and I'm getting ready to throw it in the dumpster." She said, "I bought it at an antique store several years ago. I never did anything with it. It's sitting out back behind my building in the industrial complex where my office is, and if you don't come get it in the next like 4 hours, I'm gonna throw it in the dumpster."
hold my hand, don't let go. I understand. I
chose Queen Bee as my accent color to use over the entire piece, just for some shading and highlighting and just adding some depth and dimension.
So don't despair. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay.
For this part is to just use a little bit of paint, a little bit of water, and some light feathery strokes.
The sun could go out, we're gonna be okay. If all the blue skies fade to gray, we're gonna be okay. The world could fall down, it's gonna be okay. Go out, we're gonna be okay.
At this point, I thought the project was just missing some things, so I chose Carnival Red to add a little bit more depth and interest to the bottom portion of the cabinet. I really like the addition of the Carnival Red, and I'm so happy that I made that decision. So I could not let a good piece of furniture go to the dumpster. So I hopped in the car and I drove over and I went and picked it up and I put it in the car and I didn't even really look at it. And then I got home and then I unloaded it and then I looked at it and I thought, oh no, I'm not so sure. It was a little bit rough. It had tons of peeling paint. You know, the drawers are a little rough, or they were dirty on the inside, but I'm never one to shy away from a good challenge.
Your pillow.
I knew starting out that I was going to use dark wax on parts of this project because of all of the existing texture it had. But I do know that I have to add a coat of clear wax first, and that is the key to using dark wax, is to make sure that you have a coat of clear wax first.
The morning light, far away until you're out of sight.
It also helps to have a wax brush to apply your wax with. It makes it infinitely easier. I knew this piece was worth saving when I opened up the drawers and I looked at the joinery on the sides of the drawers. The joinery on the sides of these drawers is called pin and cove, or the nap joint, and it dates from 1870 to 1900, and it's one of the easiest joineries to identify because it's very unique looking. And it was only done from 1870 to 1900, and so you know when you find a piece of furniture that has nap joint on the drawers that it's super easy to date it. You know exactly when it's from. I chose just a couple areas to add some dark wax, mainly along the bottom, and I'm applying the wax, working it into the paint with my wax brush. You can find all of the products I used in this video today down in the description box below. Just click the link to my website.
You gotta let know why you can.
So there was no way that I was gonna let this little washstand from over 100 years ago go in the dumpster. I knew that it was my destiny to save it.
Don't forget, you gotta let know why you can.
Don't forget to watch part 2 where you can see how I did the drawers and the hardware.